All right. Welcome once again to another section or another segment of Sports Therapy March Madness style. We are down to just two teams. Once again, I am your host, FH Jr., and this is the show. And this is our format. The format is call us, you have 2 minutes to rip, rant, raise hell. I would say, tear up your bracket because everybody's bracket is busted anyway. I am dressed in the all black attire because I thought it was going to be a funeral day because I thought I was going to be the winner of my office pool because I needed Miami to show up and show up big, but they didn't. So therefore, I am locked into a loser leave home match or last man standing or whatever the hell you want to call it between me and Brother Wilson to be crowned this year's champion of our March Madness office pool. Now, folks, this is what it's all about. Now, we have an office pool. Now, is there money attached to our pool? Well, you know we don't gamble. No, we won't do that. But if there was, but we do have a belt. And if you can see the belt is nice. It is nice. Now, I have, the belt's been going around. We've had this for going on 4 years now. And I have never won the belt. So now, because I am the the commissioner of our pool, I'm the person who the belt stays with after the winter's reign comes to an end. So the rules are like this is the rule about our pool. You get to keep the belt 1 year now, unless you either get fired, leave town, or die. Then the belt gets turned back into the commissioner, which is myself. And then it's up on display for somebody to win next year when we have the next year's March Madness. Make sense? Makes sense to me. Now, Sports Therapy with FH Jr. stream live on Facebook and YouTube. So we got 2 games left. In fact, we have the Yukon Huskies, and they will be taking on that team from San Diego. Let's see, the Yukon Huskies. I needed them to lose, but they're winning, even though I got them picked to win. So they're going to be taking on San Diego State. So it's going to be wild and woolly and all that good stuff. But without any further delay, I'm going to check the phone lines and see if my old homeboy, my partner, my brethren, my boy Glenn. But you know what? Before I bring my homeboy Glenn on, I want to say to all my friends and family in the great state of Arkansas, wish everybody wellness and all, because we did have a series of tornadoes in the great state, and I did check with all my family and friends and so far everybody doing well. I haven't heard of any death or anything like that, but I did hear there was a lot of casualties. So prayers are going out to all the families, and let's keep the great state of Arkansas in your prayers. Remember, now this is all about fun and yucks what we do on the show, but real life is what the people are going through. And a big thank you to all the first responders out there, those who put it on the line and go out and give their free time, especially the volunteers who go out and help those in need. All right, now let's go on with the show. Sports Therapy.
What's going on, my brother?
Oh, hey man, I am dressed in black because I thought it was gonna be a funeral, and I thought I was gonna be like crowned the winner of the office pool, but Miami didn't come through for me. But that's okay. I got one more team. That now there's a part of me that kind of know that UConn can't be beat, but I'm holding on the hopes. Bruh Glenn, what say ye?
What's going on, my brother?
Man, I can't call it, man. I can't call it. But you know,
Man,
before we do
my bracket been dead 2 weeks ago.
Hey, but before we do a recap on the show, I know you called from the great state, man, and I was telling my listeners that we want to send prayers out to all the people in the great state for the series of tornadoes that we had. I believe it was yesterday, and now, as far as I know of, we didn't have any deaths out there, but I did call all friends and family, and everybody's doing okay. A lot of people just like a good drink, they shaking, but they ain't stirred. but so I want to ask you this because you're a big Razorback fan, and even though we're talking about the two teams that's going to be playing in the championship. Now, for those who are listening to want to know, why is my voice any different than it normally is? It's because, hey, look, I'm just getting over a sinus infection, so I'm playing hurt. That's what true heroes do. But, Glenn, I want to put this on your mind and ask you this question. I just found out. Now, I get news a little bit late. No, I don't, because actually I hear pretty much I find out at the same time. There are some members of the Razorback men's basketball team that have elected to go pro. One and was Nick Smith. Now, we all kind of knew Nick was going because, you just hear one and done. But I will tell you now, I like the fact that the kid that we got from Missouri, I think Trevor Brazil, he's staying because, he's coming off of a knee injury, so he's staying. But the shocker is the fact that Devo Davis has decided that he would, give it a go for the NBA. Well, he declared that he's leaving for the NBA.
I think he's gonna keep his options open in case. I think he's just getting the feedback.
Okay.
But I think he's gonna come back though. He's just getting the feedback to see where he's staying.
Okay.
And man, I think they're gonna be okay with Trayvon Brazil coming back.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a big help right there. They will be a preseason top 10 team again next year, most definitely. But they need to go out and find them some shooters. They definitely need to go out and get them some shooters.
True
So
that.
they got the big. I don't know I hadn't heard anything else, but I heard rumors. Now you know how you can hear things, but I heard rumors that the big boy from Oregon.
Where?
Back.
I think his name is I think his name is Kellaire Ware, and I may be mispronouncing his first name, but I know.
Ware?
Yeah.
Khalil Ware.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's just rumors. You know how they go.
Right.
I talked to one of my partners. He said he's been hearing it on Facebook.
No, the right. Go ahead.
The Razorbacks, we need some shooting. We need some shooters. We don't need we need some shooters. That's what we need. That's the difference with Connecticut. Connecticut got two good big men, but they also got some shooters around it.
They got some shooters, man. They got shooters that don't run out of bullets. Shit, hell, you got shooters, man, but if you got shooters that won't shoot, they got shooters that don't run out of bullets. They are shooting that thing.
Well, they got some big guns over there.
Yes.
They got some big guns over there in Connecticut.
And it makes a big difference how you defend them.
Yeah, that boy said, that big man in the middle of Connecticut got. Yeah. I just don't see nobody stopping him.
Nah. Well, see, the thing about it, like you said, it's more than him if you think about it, man. You got him, and he's making it happen, inside the paint. Doing what he's doing, hitting the boards and basically getting your big men in fire trouble because he's like taking them down in the dungeon and punishing them. But it's that constant motion offense that they have because I was watching them today. It's like it's constant motion. And then each one of those guards, man, can and will shoot the ball. And then they got a big man. They got a big man that'll bounce out. I think he's like a sophomore. He's in and he can shoot it too. So they got shooters, man. They got
Man,
shooters.
they got two of the best. They might have two of the best big men in college basketball.
Yeah.
With the kid come off the bench,
Yes.
the 7-footer come off the bench, they don't miss a beat with him.
No, they don't.
Man, they loaded, man. You know, I hate to say it, but San Diego State they gonna be in over their head with them guys.
Are you telling me?
They too little, man.
Are you telling me I'm not winning the belt Monday night?
I hate to say it, but I don't see it. I don't see it.
Yeah, man. I actually thought, man, my best chance was tonight.
Man, Connecticut, man, they is just solid. They don't, man, if you notice, they don't turn the ball over.
And they don't commit a lot of silly fouls. They don't commit a lot of fouls either.
They don't do a lot of silly fouls. They don't, man, and that big man, they got his military Algo, whatever his name.
Yeah.
Man, that's one of the best. Man, I'm talking about he's more physical power than Corley Williams in there.
Yeah,
he's a beast at that goal. Yeah.
He's a load. Well, see, that's what gets me.
Yeah, if he touch that ball, when he touch that ball on the goal, it's over with.
Yeah, and he has a variety of moves. He's not just one.
He got good footwork.
Yeah, he does. He definitely has that. He does.
He got good, excellent footwork to be a big man.
Because I was watching that game from I was watching that game from beginning to end, and I'll be honest with you, Miami gave them their best shot, even though Connecticut went up by one time. I believe it was up by close to 20 points, and then all of a sudden, Miami started to reel them in just like they did Texas, and I'm like, okay, they reeling these boys in, and they got it down to like 8. And then all of a sudden, man, Connecticut just started back playing Connecticut ball. Pass, cut, good defense, challenge every shot that you're putting up. And
they loaded, man.
Yeah.
They loaded. They got a good bench. Man, they remind me of that Arkansas team with Nola Richardson in '94.
Well, they had everything.
They're just solid.
They
got everything. Man, you got two big men like that. Man, it's gonna be hard to deal with them guys, man.
I know.
They don't play them together too much, do they?
Nah. Well, see, they got a third kid that's big too that starts. He's on the outside shooting, and he's got a little inside-outside game too.
Well, I tell you, it's something to deal with.
And they rotate those 3 guards in. They rotate 2 of them started, and they rotate another kid in. So they go about 10 deep on you.
Man, I'm talking about they solid, man. I just wish. I know it might not never happen, man. But I wish Arkansas could go out there and get them a big man like that sometime.
Yeah.
Man, I don't understand.
Now, who's the other big man freshman that we're supposed to be getting?
Bay Falls.
Yeah.
Down All-America.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen too much of him. I haven't seen too much of him.
Yeah, he didn't do too much.
Is he a big? I mean, is he?
He can run and rebound.
Huh?
He can run and rebound and block shots and jump, but his offensive game is kind of lacking.
Okay.
But he is a real protector.
Okay, because
he is a real protector.
And that's what we needed this year, man. More.
He is a real protector.
And we needed that this year more than anything.
Yeah, and the guard they got coming in, a blocker. He's a nice little solid guard coming in. He's a defense. He's a hound dog on defense.
Yeah.
He up on the ball.
And
I seen him play in a game last year. He played against LeBron James' son, and he got the best of LeBron James' son to me.
Okay, that's good to know. But I tell
he got the best. He went up and dunked on LeBron's son.
But to
me, he got the best of LeBron James.
But you know what I tell people? You cannot go into the next year hanging all your hopes on freshmen. Freshmen are just gravy. I mean, if you get them, they do something. But at the end of the day, you need those juniors, seniors, and sophomores, especially the juniors and seniors, when it comes to going into March Madness to the big dance. You need those juniors and seniors because you know what you're gonna get out of them. Freshmen, you really don't know what you're gonna get out of a freshman in the big dance. You don't know if they're gonna show up, or the lights and the stage gonna be too big for them, or whatever. It's just not, whatever you get out of them though, is just extra gravy, man.
Yeah, that's true. Man, I was looking at a high school game the other night. New Jersey were playing a team out of Florida. I think it was last night. Man, that kid, you remember Milt Wagner from
Yes,
Louisville?
yes.
And he had a son play in Louisville, I think.
Yeah, and then his
Now
grandson, his grandson is supposed to be playing. And he going to Kentucky?
Man, that boy is cold. Yeah, he cold too. Man, he ain't nothing nice.
But remember what I've been saying though, brother. You cannot count on freshmen because they all look good and they all look good playing against other freshmen. That's the point. When you playing against other freshmen, they don't know the tricks of the trade. The other freshmen ain't seasoned. They don't know the Jedi mind games that them juniors and seniors gonna play on you because they gonna constantly call you a freshman, and they gonna do little stuff.
Man, that's true what you said about the freshmen though. But man, I wanna say something about. I was looking at the women's game last night.
Oh,
and man, that girl from Iowa,
Clark.
Man,
Clark.
That girl is Steph Curry. She is Steph Curry of women's basketball.
Man, can she shoot? She
is the Steph Curry. Man, that girl. I'm telling you, man.
I'm glad you bringing that up because although on this show we do talk about March Madness and we really been, and let's be honest, we just been talking about the men's, but I have been following the women's side of the house too. And you're right. I thought, now I hadn't seen Clark until last night. I'd heard about her. And someone, they told me she was must see TV because she won the prestigious award that they give. So she won that for, I believe, it was outstanding player, and she took that over what's the young lady's name, Aaliyah Boston. And I'll be honest with you, every time I've seen Aaliyah Boston, and for all the Aaliyah Boston fans out there, don't start sending me hate mail. But I haven't seen anything from her that just jumps off at me and say, man, wow, she is, I got, what I'm saying? Because for guys, let's be honest, as guys, we not gonna watch women basketball unless they got somebody like Brittany Griner when she was in college, or whole squad, or those late. You need a Tarazi. You need those type that's gonna make you watch, or you need something like the UConn women where they would nobody could beat them. But when you get a female like Clark, when you get one that can do what she's doing, she makes men gonna cross over and start watching women's basketball, which is good for them.
Man, I was telling the guy today, some of the women from Connecticut, like Tarasi, Maya Moore, and there's a few more that you can name on, some of the Tennessee Stamp. Man, this girl here might be better than all them, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I will tell you, hands on, she would get my vote as probably the best woman basketball player right now because she the whole package, man. She can dish it, but man, when she comes right across the half court line, man, she letting that thing go, man. And she hit nothing but bottom. Yes.
She's a Steph Curry of women basketball.
She shooting.
And I'm gonna tell you, there's another young lady, man, from Virginia Tech. Even though they lost, man, she could go too, man. Man, she could go.
But I'll be honest. But I'll be honest with you. I truly thought South Carolina was going to be. I thought they were going to win back-to-back women's championship. Nobody could handle them all year, and I thought they were just gonna cruise to the championship, and Don Staley was gonna be crowned champion, and and I figured that they were gonna play what's that young lady for LSU? They call her the Bayou Barbie. What's his name? Reese.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
Man.
I figured it's just gonna be them two again, and South Carolina gonna put them on them like they do, but I actually think unless they come up, unless they could come up with a answer to Clark, I don't see them beating Iowa, but they got a shot because man, they tried everything for that girl. Man, they went with a small guard on her to kind of make her have to dribble. Then they went with like a girl her size. Then they went with one that was much bigger. Put a little length on her and all that. Me personally, I would have double teamed her and took the ball out of her hand. I'm sorry, somebody else got to beat me. I'm not gonna let.
Hey, that big girl they got, Iowa got, she tough too, man.
But she got to be the one to beat me because I'm definitely not letting Clark beat me. And first thing I would say, nah, we not finna let y'all superstar beat us. If one of y'all role players beat us, hey, we just gonna get on the bus and with our free food, our free sandwiches, and we gonna salute you. We going home. But I'm not finna let your best player beat me. No.
That girl come down half court one time, so she was right on the other side of half court. She let it go.
She let it go.
Man, she the best I've seen in a while.
But see, and you're right. She reminds you so much of Steph Curry because she's not just an outside shooter. Because hell, she scored about 20 points on layups. Man, she just like once she turn that corner,
she can take it to the goal.
She can take it to the hoop. Yes, definitely.
Take it to the hoop. Pass, man. She's a total package, man.
No, she is.
She's the best girl I've seen in a while.
Because a lot of times you had the type that they could play. They're real good, like Taurasi and all them. Okay, they're good players, but this girl is the first one that I've seen to have the range, the consistent range that she has on her shot, as well as the fact that she gets all the other ones involved too, because she can dish and,
right.
and she can take it to the hoop, man. And I'm glad you brought that up, man, because I was saying, man, we always been covering nothing but the men's side of the house, but it's good to talk about the women. And I'll be honest, I'm gonna be locked in tomorrow watching it because I don't know, man, I just love watching the Bayou Barbie. Because man, she's making over about $4 or $5 million, man, because she got her own little brand. See, that's why I don't understand this, man, and I'm segueing back into talking about the guy. This is why I don't understand this. Why would you leave college early as a freshman and be one and done when you can stay in college and make just as much money with name, image, and likeness? You can even make more because if you go into college, if you go to pros, man, you're gonna be on a rookie contract. You're on a rookie contract,
yep.
and you're gonna be in the G League. You're gonna be in the G League, and the thing about it in the G League, everybody in the G League selfish because they all trying to impress and come up and get them a 10-day contract with whatever team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is.
It's true.
Just like and let's be honest. Look at Moody. Now, I don't blame him for going and getting the money he's getting and doing what he need to do. But look at Moody. He's a good shooter, good size, everything, but he's constantly going back and forth between being on the team with Golden State, being in the G League. Team, G League. They bring him up, they move him down. So, but my point of it is, the way it's set up, man, you can make just as much money just staying in college at least until your sophomore year, because you can make just as much on name, image, and likeness. Yeah. I don't understand it, man.
At least you say a year or two. Yeah, that's right. Because they paying good money.
Yes. Yeah.
They're paying the kid decent money.
And like I said, and I'll be honest with you, Arkansas is probably one of the Arkansas. I'd probably say Oregon, um, maybe one or two others. They're the schools that they got deep pockets because Arkansas, their alumni association, hell, you talking Jerry Jones, you talking Walmart, you talking, you know what I'm saying? And you know how we are about our hogs. So they're, and that's how they can afford to, if they get a coach and they get a football, basketball coach, and you ain't doing what they expect, because the expectation is high. Man, they'll write that check, 30, 20, $30 million, and let Glenn Meadows go and bring in the new coach. Because, that's, yeah. But, my man decided he's going pro too, man. The young man for Alabama, Miller.
Man, that boy, I think he's number. I might be wrong.
To me,
if I had to pick, I'd take him.
To me,
I think I'll take him one.
To me, I'm taking him number one, man, right off the bat, brother.
Okay.
Right off the bat.
Yeah, I would too,
he's my number one pick right off the bat. He is.
Yeah, I'll take him number one.
Because I would not choose a 7'1" or 7-foot guy as my number one pick unless he's like a Shaq, guy with some size and some weight. I'm not getting because when you start getting above 6'11", all of a sudden, man, you start to have feet problems. You ever notice all those 7-foot guys now? They start to have problems with their feet. You remember? Because I think about Ralph Sampson, Sam Bowie. You remember those guys?
Oh yeah, that's sure.
And they was supposed to be short hits. Yeah. And next thing you know, body couldn't take that. The body could take it. Mm-hmm. Huh?
Greg Odom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. You see what I'm saying? When you start looking at these guys who got this height, no man, just like Chet Holmgren, I would be buyer's remorse on him, because when you start to have, usually the more slender guys, and truth be told, my boy's starting to have some problems with his feet and calves and stuff like that. And that's my man. I love him to death because he's a big time Redskin fan. But I worry about my man, the Easy Money Sniper. You know who the Easy Money Sniper is, right?
Who that?
The Easy Money Sniper.
Who is that?
Durant. That's his handle.
Durant. Right. That's right.
And because
he having trouble with his feet.
Yeah.
His legs.
So that's what I tell people.
And he don't have no weight.
Nah. But it's just something about when the guys get above 7 feet, unless they like a heavier guy like a Shaq, and remember Yao Ming, his career was cut short.
You sure? Yeah. But like I say, that Miller boy, I just couldn't. What I see so far that coming out in the draft, I just couldn't pass. That boy got the total package to me.
Yeah, and like I said, I would take him number one. He'd have to be my number one. He'd have to be my number one choice, man. I'll be honest. I would take him number one. I would.
Yeah, he comes 6'8". 6'9".
Yeah, he's 6'9". 6'9" guy, and he can shoot that thing, and he's not, and he's going to get a lot thicker because he ain't skinny, because but you know what I'm saying, he's gonna get a lot. He kind of reminds me of a cross between what's my man, the Big Ticket. He reminds me of the Big Ticket, but he got a better, yeah. He kind of reminds me of Garnett a little bit, because he's got a better overall outside shooting game, and yeah, man, he's gonna be he kind of reminds me of a mix between Garnett and Durant, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it do. He's smooth with the ball.
Yeah, yeah. He is, and like I said, that guy, yeah, I can see him going one and done. Yeah, but because he got outside shot. Nick Smith, hey man, as a fan, I'm like I didn't want to see him go.
No, I didn't either.
Well, that's
and I hope he succeed and have a good career in the league. I be wishing all the guys.
Oh, I do
to
too.
make it in the NBA for
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I don't wish failure on anybody, man. That's why I always say, as a fan, I want you to come back. As a fan, I don't think the NBA ready, but that's me speaking as a fan. But if I'm him and his family, and because at the end of the day, he grown man, he make his own decision. If that's the case, even with Devo, do I want to see Devo Davis come back? Yeah, I do. Do I,
Yeah,
but
I believe he's gonna come back.
But I just know if it's financial, the way they got the thing set up now, on the name, image, and those guys can make just as much money.
Right. I see where the boy from Kansas, the kid from Kansas, going pro.
Oh, Dick.
Dick.
Yeah.
I don't think, to me, he don't look like he's ready.
Well, like I said, man, as fans, we don't think any of them ready. But
no.
And I also believe this too, man. This is me saying this. Everybody can't be in the NBA. Somebody needs to tell you, look, everybody can't be in the NBA. So if you declare yourself that you're going to the NBA, you're going to be in the G League. You're
going to the G League.
You're going to the G League.
Yeah,
and you not finna get in the NIL in the G League.
No.
That's what gets me.
When you go to G League, you got a guaranteed contract.
Nope. Nah.
You don't have a guaranteed contract in the G League.
Nope.
Or injury, anything set you back.
So I mean, as a fan, do I want to see him go?
Yeah, I totally understand.
No.
But this year been a good year for college basketball.
It has.
I think if college basketball been a good year.
It has.
And looking forward, hoping the season coming up will be better.
Now let me ask you this. Now, I watched the first game, and that's San Diego State against Florida Atlantic. Now that was a game. It was tight. Nobody got a lead on anybody. You can just tell that those were two teams that at the end they were evenly matched. I mean, you had the typical guys for Donnell Davis. He's the big gun for Florida Atlantic. He really didn't have that great of a game, but the other guys that was his support, they stepped up. I mean, Florida Atlantic, they are what they are. Florida Atlantic, they are what they are. But when I think of that San Diego State, I think of them as a team of juniors and seniors, but it was close. Now, what got me is when we think about March Madness, we haven't had too many buzzer beaters yet. Those type of games where one team thinking that they're winning this game, and they thinking it's over, and it's all over but the crying, and next thing you know, somebody hit a buzzer beater and rip your heart out. Brother, that's what happened today, man. That's what happened in that game today. It came down.
Florida Atlantic ought to feel good about their team because did nobody expect them to. A lot of people probably even heard of Florida Atlantic this year.
And I was one of them. I actually like, okay, let me look. I know they was in Florida, but like, wait a minute, all the other Florida teams that I could think of other than the big dogs, I'm like, okay, who are these guys? But they showed up.
Yeah, they had a hell of a season this year.
Yeah, they did. They did. But I would. But I will tell you this.
I would listen to Nolan Rich.
But I would tell you this. They thought they were gonna be playing Monday night, man. With dude hit that free throw, and they were up with about dude hit a shot. One of their players hit a shot, and they were up, man, with Man, they were up with 7 seconds left. They're up by one with 7 seconds left. It's like, all right. Um, San Diego State got the ball. 7 seconds left. The coach didn't call any timeout. He just like, okay, we got 7 seconds. He's like, hey man, like, he didn't call any timeout. So one kid named Butler, the Butler did it. So it's like 5 seconds. Everybody's like, man, I'm sitting in my chair. I'm like, dude, shoot it. So if you miss, you probably at least have a shot at going and getting it. Man, he was on the baseline, and then he went to the corner, and he came up towards he was in that area between the elbow. Man, Glenn, he let it go with one 1 second left. He let it go. When I tell you that bad boy hit nothing but bottom, man. It was nothing but net. And then you talk about jubilation, and it was jubilation on one team and disappointment on the other, man, because they panned the camera and started showing the fans. Man, first they showed the Florida Atlantic fans, man. You talk about, man, some of those folks were like stunned. They were stunned, man, stunned. And then I
thought it was.
Oh, dude, that's March Madness right there, brother. That was March Madness.
Yeah.
And then they showed the San Diego. Huh?
San Diego State tough too. San Diego State gonna be tough. They probably ain't gonna beat Connecticut, but they gonna give them a pretty decent game, I believe.
If any team could beat Connecticut and got the game for them, it would probably be San Diego State, because they are all juniors and seniors. You're not going to speed them up. They got their game, and they got a motion offense similar to they have a motion offense similar to what UConn has. And whereas some of the other teams, they don't really have a motion offense. They just pass around and then let somebody go one-on-one. And then while he making a move, other guys are just spotting up around the three. But San Diego State, they have an actual motion offense where guys are passing, cutting, and moving without the ball and whatever. So that's going to be, it's gonna be interesting. Now, one thing I wanted to know, though, and I was going to ask you, although UConn beat Miami, Miami took a lot out of UConn to beat them now, and that may be, they may feel some effects. They may feel some effects Monday night, because I'm telling you, man, that wasn't even, they had to reach deep down inside to handle up on Miami. Because Miami started playing physical, and it got to be a physical game, man. It really did. It got to be a physical game. But
UConn did Miami like they did other teams, man. They too big inside.
Yep.
That big boy, that big African guy inside, man. He a beast. He's just a beast. And he reminds you of Charles Barkley College up on that goal.
Yeah, and see with San Diego State, they got some size. And they're veterans. So, like I said, man. But see, the thing about UConn, man, yeah, they got that size, and then they can bring size off the bench and whatever. It's just that they don't play bad basketball.
No, they don't.
they don't.
Man, they're a solid team too.
Yeah, they don't play bad basketball. They just don't.
No, they don't. And they play good solid sound basketball. How is they bench?
They roll about 10 deep, man. They roll about 10 deep.
San Diego State?
Yeah, wow. San Diego State. They probably go about 8 or 9. They got a bench.
Wow.
And remember, Arkansas beat them by like 2 points, but it was like at the beginning, and we played them in a tournament. And that was when we had Brazil. We had Brazil, and and I remember that game, man. Brazil hit like a 3 to put Arkansas up, but it took a while for the Hogs, because we had all freshmen. It took a while before the young Hog, could get used to all the back cutting and movement that San Diego State was doing.
Right. I think Arkansas beat them in overtime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
It went to overtime. Also, Johnson hit that shot.
Mm-hmm.
Kamani Johnson.
Yep.
Hit that shot on the goal to tie the game up.
Yep. Exactly. But like I said, man, they got the experience and the game to beat UConn. Do I think it's gonna happen? No. I think UConn gonna win it, but I won't be surprised. Excuse me. I won't be surprised.
Yeah, I think.
And I'll be hoping for them to win.
It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good championship game, I believe.
Well, I'm glad that the game is Monday night. You know, they play Saturday, Final Four Saturday, and then they hook it up Monday night, and then hell, we crown a champion. That's because see. Oh yeah.
It's gonna be. I believe UConn. I believe this year again though. I just believe it. So they got too many guns, man.
And each one of them is an offensive threat. It's not like you can say, okay, we're gonna sag off with this guy here. We're gonna sag off with this guy because he's not an offensive threat. They all are a threat. They all move without the ball. And each one of them can throw it inside to the big man. And when they go into the big man, man, he finishes strong, brother.
It's over with. And, man, I think what the key to that game to me tonight, the opening game, when that big man hit them 2 3-pointers.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Man, that hurt right there.
He did.
You're like, man, that take a lot out right there when you see him stepping by. He already dangerous up under the goal. And then when you see him step out and hit 2 threes, you're like, wow, what can you do?
Nothing. Commit about 2 or 3. Commit about 2 or 3 good fouls, or coach will take you out. So you're like, man.
That's it. And man, when that kid, that big 7-footer come in and take his place, man, sometimes they look like they get better.
They do get better on defense because he shuts down everything, man.
Everything. Ain't nothing coming inside.
No. And like I said, they have another kid that starts out there, that stays out there. He starts, and he's about 6'8", 6'9". He's a shooter.
Man, Lord, I like their guard. I like the guard they got too. The shoot guard they got.
Yeah, one of them don't mind. I can't think of his name. I know the one you're talking about because he don't mind letting it fly.
Yeah, he reminds me of Ray Allen a little bit.
Well, I think one of the guys had been, as what one of the announcers was saying, one of them did spend some time training with Ray Allen to, you know what I'm saying? And you can tell by his game.
Yeah. You can tell by his game because he played like him.
Mm-hmm.
He played just like him.
With the constant motion and all that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Played just like him. Man, but I tell you what, I enjoyed college basketball this year better than I have in a long time. Because with that NIL deal, it made some of them upperclassmen start staying, and you could tell the difference in the game.
Well, and I'll tell you what's going to happen, man. You're gonna see it be an end to this one and done stuff. You're gonna see these guys gonna come in and say, you know what, I can make more money because they're gonna take a look at the way the kid from Gonzaga. He said, "Hey, man,
yeah,
I can make more money." And the thing about it is, do you know he can actually stay another year?
With Drew Timmy?
Yeah.
Wow. Man, he had a solid career to me.
Oh, he had a hell of a career. But I think he's really going to go down. And now, is there a place for him in the NBA? Yeah, but I think he'll probably be just a a good college basketball player. Um, and, like I said, now if he adds consistent outside shooting to his game, then he may be able to hang around a bit, but he's not gonna be able to do an NBA like he do college and have just a straight inside game where you okey doking the youngsters and stuff. Because when you get to the NBA, you got guys who've seen that trick before. You know what I'm saying? And they're more
Yeah,
athletic.
man.
So you're not gonna be able to okey doke and you know what I'm saying, drop step scoop and then all that. Nah. Nah.
Yeah, yeah. Like I say, it's a whole lot different than the NBA than playing college.
Oh yeah. And at the and at
Totally
the,
different.
and what they find out is that the NBA, they don't care about you as a person. You know what I'm saying? It's a business.
It's a business. Because, like you said, Moody was a 14th pick, and you look at him. He's bouncing around the G League.
Just bouncing around, man.
Yeah.
Bouncing around.
About another 2 years, if he don't get traded, he might not be in the league too long.
Mm-mm.
But
No.
he could always come back to Arkansas. They got to play for him.
And that's the cool thing about it. Though. Once you've been to hog heaven, you come back. They always got a place for you in hog heaven, brother.
Yeah.
They leave the light on for you in hog heaven.
That's right, Bentonville.
Yeah.
Up there in northern part of Arkansas, they got somewhere for you.
Yeah, you can always come on, be on the staff, be one of the assistant coaches, one of, I don't know, 40, 50, 60 assistant coaches and stuff. Yeah, they'll find a spot for you, put your, you do some recruiting or whatever. Yeah. But now I'll tell you who's having a pretty good career. Isaiah Joe.
Oh, he having a hell of a career.
Yeah. He having a nice career. Isaiah Joe.
I think he's the leading 3-point shooter percentage wise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then
Monk's starting to come into his own a little bit. It took him a while to kind of figure out what he was, but because with his size,
Chicago let Bobby Porter go too quick.
huh?
Chicago let Bobby Porter go too quick.
Yeah, but what? I think he's a better fit for where he's at with the NBA champs. I think he's a better fit. They love him up there, man. Playing with Giannis, playing with Giannis, and then
He's fit on that team right there.
Oh yeah.
But that's all good. I didn't know. I just found out. I didn't know they had the real deal in the Rock. But didn't too many people talk about it.
They had what now?
They had the real deal in the Rock.
No,
I think it was last weekend.
Nah, man. I'm just down hearing it from you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was in Little Rock last weekend, but I didn't never hear a lot of people talk about it though.
Mm.
Hey, and what that kid you said out there in Dallas? You said he went to school. His parents went to school at Warren. And he's a good basketball player.
Michael Johnson. I believe that's it.
Michael Johnson.
Yeah.
I wonder if Arkansas still looking at it.
Well, we shall see. I'm hoping they will be, because like I said, Mike Jr. probably about 6'9", 6'10" now. But the cool thing about it is, he has guard skills and ball handling when he was a guard and when he played position. So last time I talked to his dad, he was like 6'8" and about 220. So and that was when he was a sophomore. So he may be about 6'10", and like I said, he's a good kid. He should be a senior. He should be a senior. Because I know when he was a sophomore, Oklahoma State had offered him a full scholarship. Because you know how that is, man. They try to, the smaller schools try to get you committed quick, and they're gonna start looking at you before anybody else. But by his dad being a coach, yeah. But no, I'm sorry. Mike's last name is Thomas, not Johnson. Michael Thomas.
Dr. Thomas. Okay.
Yeah. And
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
but like I said, I'm thinking that he should be on the. I know the Hogs. In fact, I talked to one of my partners down there, and he told me that he ran and he met little Mike's grandmother at the. I think it must have been like a family reunion or something, and she was telling him about her grandbaby because I think he went to a funeral for one of his former church members whose parent passed away, so he was attending the funeral, and little Mike and his dad, Michael Senior, they were there too because they had them warned. So that's when they got to talking and come to find out that he was actually kin to the family, to his friend whose mother had passed away. So it was all good.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's where that network comes in, man. When you meet somebody and they know somebody, somebody, you're like, okay. But yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be good, man. They're gonna, like I said, I want to see them to have him on the radar because one thing we're learning is that in Arkansas I've always had this, but it was just that we've always had some homegrown talent. And you used to hear people say, well, there's not a lot of talent in Arkansas. It's a small state. We're not getting – Arkansas always has some good talent. And it's just that we would let our talent go away. Nobody would really well, they didn't have the relationships with the high school basketball coaches that they have now. And so because rule number one, man, you don't let your own home talent leave and go play somewhere else, because this kid where?
No.
How the hell you let a kid 6'11", 7 feet get out your state? That ain't supposed to happen. Never.
It's supposed to happen.
Never.
Look at Archie Goodwin.
Yeah.
Malik Monk.
Yes.
Austin Reed.
Yes. The other kid that was playing he plays for Auburn.
Flanagan.
Yes. Yeah. They got a talent.
Yeah.
Look at all the talent.
They had a good career.
Yeah. Look at all that talent you letting get out the state. So it's all good. It's all to the good, man. But my brother, you about to hear the sound of my music as we wrap it and cap it. Man, here we go. All right, once again, it is time to bring the show to an end. I am your host, F.H. Jr. This has been another segment of Sports Therapy March Madness. I want to thank my homeboy Glenn for calling in and sharing his point of view. I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank the audience and all those who are listening to Sports Therapy March Madness. And remember, we are streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. And like us, subscribe to my channel, Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. I also want to thank all my listeners and prayers for all those in the great state of Arkansas. Let's pray for each other. Let's look out for each other. And let's take care of each other. And we will see you right after the championship on Monday night, where I will either win my belt or I'll give it away. Goodbye, everybody.